Hi guys and girls out there in MIDI Guitar land. The last time I made a video about using MIDI Guitar 3 with Bitwig, I had a little conflict with the pitch bend range. This happened because I reset the audio devices by way of demonstration in MIDI Guitar 3, and when I did that, I had already set this pitch bend range to 24. I hadn't saved it. I was just using this preset as is with Bitwig, which has a maximum, minimum, plus 24, minus 24 semitone pitch bend range as basically as a default. So when you're using MPE instruments. So when I reset the device, it went to 48, and I went back into Bitwig and started playing a plus minus 24 semitone instrument with a plus minus 48 semitone pitch bend range. And you can hear that in that video. There's the pitch fluctuations are kind of out when I'm doing any pitch bend or when there's pitch bend data being sent through from MIDI Guitar 3. In addition to that, I've introduced the audio device here just to make sure that my SY1000 comes through on the right channel through to Bitwig, but that's probably neither here nor there because we're not really talking about that today. Okay, so I discovered a way to kind of override the pitch bend range in Bitwig so that you can't have a problem like that occur. So the point being that I have a MIDI controller. I've had it for over a year now. It's a Native Instruments Machine Micro Mark III, and I was looking for a way to potentially use it to control the interface of Bitwig. And in my travels on the internet, I discovered this site of Jürgen Moschgraber, who has developed this really cool script called DrivenByMoss. And DrivenByMoss enables you to use all these different controllers, kind of like natively, including the Ableton Push, which is really cool, with Bitwig. But if that's not enough, he's included this component with it called Generic Flexi. Generic Flexi basically enables you to customize MIDI controllers. It supports any MPE MIDI controller with one MIDI input and one MIDI output, and you can assign several commands in Bitwig to the knobs, buttons, faders, etc. of your controller. Okay, this is really cool because it enables us to override the pitch bend range. So how do you set it up? First of all, you got to go over to his site, download this package, and then follow the instructions for installation. Basically, you'll be presented with a zip file called DrivenByMoss. You unzip that. You can put it wherever you want, but you want to take this .bw extension file and put it in the extension folder of Bitwig. Okay, and once you do that, and I think you've probably got to restart Bitwig, then it will just be there. If you want to use a particular controller, that's another story. You have to go in here and you have to like find. Where's mine? So for example, I have to get this .ncmm3 file and I have to drag it into the Native Instruments MIDI controller setup software. Okay, so once you've set that all up, when you open Bitwig and go into your settings, controllers, I'm just going to get rid of this for now. You're going to see any controllers that you have already activated, and you'll see any controllers that are available that you haven't activated. So typically when you want to use MIDI Guitar 3, you select your MIDI guitar out, and that's that. That's your source now. But what this enables us to do is we can select Add Controller, choose Generic, Flexi, Add, and now we have the ability to create a custom configuration for a MIDI controller. Now it requires an in and an out. So what I basically do is use this dummy port here. This is actually not active. And once that's connected like that, you'll see that if I play any notes, there's data coming in here. Okay. So we go down to here, MIDI polyphonic expression MPE on, and you can set the pitch bend range to whatever your device is. But obviously MIDI Guitar 3 is set to 48, so I'm going to leave that there. And I believe that this will just enable us to route through additional controllers. I haven't played with that, but when it becomes necessary, I will. So after you've set this up, it's important to save your controller. So I'm going to go in here. I've already saved it, but I'll just overwrite it because it's the same. Okay, too easy. Okay, so that's all done. And if you now try to open the previously allocated MIDI Guitar 3 controller, you'll get this message: MIDI Guitar out is currently being used by MG3 to Bitwig. So you can't, like, they can't override each other, but that's cool. Okay, we can see there's data coming through now. So I'm not sure what went wrong there, but often it's just a matter of restarting. Okay, so first things first, we can see that this device is still operating as expected. And if we go over to our other setting now, we just have to make sure that we've selected Generic Flexi as the input, and okay, so it's all working now. I've got the cutoff assigned here. Okay, so it's all about the pitch bend range now. So now it doesn't matter if the pitch bend range in MIDI Guitar is set to plus minus 48 and the pitch bend range in Bitwig is set to plus minus 24, because the script will help us to override that. In addition to that, if you set this pitch bend range to anything, like even plus minus 2, the pitch bend range is tracking perfectly now. So that's just a neat little trick to help you get around any possible issues with pitch bend range in Bitwig. I wish I'd known earlier. I hope you found this useful. Stay well, be good. If you enjoyed this, feel free to like and subscribe. It all helps. And I'll see you again soon for another video. Thanks.